Now I'm going to cover a couple of string manipulations. So as you all aware of what is string, okay, based on the previous session. And in this session I'm going to cover some of the string manipulation functions. So go to project panel, and here you see there is a default XAML, and there is one more sequence which we created for demo. Delete it, right click and delete it, okay, and refresh it. Now I'm going to just handle some of string manipulation. Right click on this project panel and click add and create a new folder and name it like string manipulation, okay. String manipulation, okay. And now I want to create a new workflow, okay. New workflow in the sense in UiPath. So this is the main page, and I can create lot of workflows, so as much I want to my process, okay. And now I'm going to create a new sequence that is called there is a one function in the string manipulation, let's say left, okay, and one, and let me give a name as left function, okay, left function. Then click create, and so once you create your new sequence, we call it as a sequence, or we can call it as a module, and or we can say workflow, okay. And if you once you create a new sequence left function, it will be available under this process folder, and you can, if you want to move it into this particular folder, you can move it, okay. Because whenever you create, there is a concept of folder management, that is also most important thing. Because whenever you are arranging, you are creating multiple sequence, you need to put it in a appropriate folder, okay. So that is a one important thing. So here if I say left, okay, so there are in the string, there are a lot of string manipulation functions are there, like left, right, replace, substring, trim, uppercase, lowercase, and concatenation and data conversion. Lot of string manipulations available. I will cover in this particular session the entire string functions, okay. So let's say so I have a input, okay. So let's create a variable first, something called invoice number, okay. Invoice underscore number, okay. The invoice number is string, and go to activities and drag and drop assign activity, and just rename it here invoice number, and here you call your variable name invoice number, okay. Here let me give us some input like inv hyphen something like 453 slash ab and c of something like this, okay. So from this invoice number, if I ask you to get only this inv hyphen 453, and so assume that these are the format is standard, so you can expect for all the invoice number inv hyphen 453, but invoice number might be different, okay. So the next invoice number might be 456 or 7, something like that, but my intention is to get only this inv hyphen 453, okay. So for that, what I have to do, so I can use there are a lot of logical option to get it, but I can go with the left function here, okay. Because my inputs are standard, only it will be like only this many digits, and this is the format, and I can use simply left function. I can use assign activity again. I can rename it in the property panel as well, assign left function, okay, left function. And now you can call your the same variable, because I don't want to create a one more variable, because my input is here, and I can convert I can get this inv-453 using left function. I can restore it with the same container. Okay, and open your expression window. So let's say here you type left function and open bracket, and here it says as str as a string. So you can call your string, that is the input, inv invoice number, then comma, and the next part is length as integer. So how many lengths you need? So then I need 1 2 3 4 5 6. Okay, if I give 6, and what will be your expected output? So let's see, you can drag and drop right line activity or the message box to display your result. Okay, so here I use a right line activity because I'm going to check it in my console panel. Okay, so I call invoice number, and if I execute this workflow, then you will get the invoice numbers. And let's see, go to debug. So I want to test my workflow, so for that I'm going to debug panel, and I click step into, now whenever you debug your process, and you need to always keep your eye on the local panel. Okay, so this is one of the important thing. So if you keep your eye on this local panel, and you will get to know what is storing into this variable, and what is converting this into this variable, what is printing, and where it is going, everything. Okay, that is the one of the important thing. Click step into, and you see the invoice number variable. So here the variable is invoice number, and there is an invoice number stored in it. Okay, the type is string. Now you are in the place of assign left function. Now step into, and you see now it's only extracted inv-45, but I want inv-453, right? Then we need to give, what is the number we need to give? We need to give 7, because it's like, it's considering as a 0 0 1 2 3 4 5 6. Okay, so here what we given 6. Okay, so okay, correct only, we need to consider 1 only. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. So we need to give 7. So now you see it's converting, I mean it's no, it's taken the left of 6 characters and it's stored into same invoice number. Okay, step into, and if I give 7 here, so in this, if I give 7 here, it will give you the till 53. Okay, so step into, click step into. Now you see in the right line, you can go to the output panel. Here you see invoice 453 is my result. Okay, this is all about left function. So now I'm going to cover one more few functions, couple of other functions. Right. Okay, and go to project panel, and right click on the string manipulation folder, and click on add, and in the add you can see the sequence also. You can name it like right function, and you will get this. Okay, so for the right, and let's say the same input, I can consider the same input, and go to left function and just copy this. Okay, just copy this and paste it in the right function. Okay, here, and so while you copy pasting it, and make sure that you need to copy your variable name also. Just right click and copy it, and go to right function, and here you can paste it. Okay, now you have the invoice number with the same value, but here I want to get the last this 4 digits. Okay, then what the function I need to write here? Remove this, type write. Okay, type write, open bracket, and call your input. Okay, press Ctrl space bar, and you will get the option your variable. Select it and comma, and give your length. Okay, so I want from the left side 1 2 3 4, then you can give 4 as a length. Then click on OK, and drag and drop and right line activity. Okay, here I want to say, and here, so this is write function result hyphen, you can add a plus here to call your variable invoice number. Okay, then click on save. Okay, now step into you see in the invoice number the values are stored, and step into in the invoice number it's I have used write function. Then you can able to see from the right there is a from the 4 characters we taken. Okay, A B C F, and again if I step into, so here you can expect the result. This is write function result A B C F. Okay, so this is all about write functions. So for the left function, using the left function you can get your value from the left side, and so you need to provide the number, so whatever the result you want. Okay, the key or characters you want. For the right also, for the same left and right also similar, you need to only mention the right and left. Okay, the key function. And next, and followed by, I'm going to cover a couple of other functions like replace. Okay, so again go to string manipulations and click on add, and go to sequence. Here you can add replace functions. Then click on OK. Okay, so in the replace function, and create a variable like let's say RPA tools. Okay, so what are the RPA tools available in the market? I can say using this assign activity and RPA tools. Let's say call your variable RPA tools. So let's say there are a lot of RPA tools available in the market, like within double quotes automation anywhere, and comma, and blue prism, comma, UiPath, comma, open bots. So there are a lot of RP tools available, right? So then click on OK. So here from this string I want to replace some values. For instead of that VP, let's say instead of VP I want to write something blue prism or automation anywhere. So then use one more assign activity and use same RPA tools. Okay, and instead of that you can copy paste as well, copy paste it, and leave it as it is the variable. So here I'm going to remove this. Okay, and call your RPA tools the input variables, then add a dot, then replace and open bracket, and you can mention your old value, what you want to replace with the old value. So my old value was within double quotes, let's say AA. Okay, and then comma, and what is the new value you want to update instead of AA? Then I want to update like automation anywhere. Okay, then click on OK. So then I can now I'm going to use message box, because already we have seen that right line, and I'm going to use message box, and let's say RPA tools. Okay, and so let's execute this process, and go to step into, and just step into. Here you see in the RPA tools variable, the value stored like AA, BP, and UiPath open bots. Again step into, so we are going to replace automation anywhere instead of AA. Then click step into. Now you see automation anywhere is the text. You can see automation anywhere BP, UiPath open bots. Step into, here the message box is automation anywhere BP, UiPath open bots. But what is the input we have given here? AA, BP, UiPath open bots, right? So this is the function we use to replace text. Okay, and followed by I'm going to use one more functions. So let's say, as you know, left and right functions, right? If I want to take the keys from the left side, I can use left function. Okay, that's I'm perfect. And if I want to use if I want to get the last couple of characters, yes, I can use right functions. That is perfect. What if I want to get the middle of some characters? Okay, maybe it starts from somewhere here. Only I want to get this 453. Okay, so in that case, I can use substring functions. So again, right click and go to add and click on sequence and go on create 4 and here substrings. Okay, and here go to activity panel, drag and drop and assign activity. You can give your input within this assign activity, and also you can give your input in the variable panel also as a default value. Okay, so let's say I'm going to create a substring input like so variable panel, and here click here. So let's say my input is str input. Okay, so it's a string. I'm going to give something like no default value inv hyphen 91 and 564 then 00123. Okay, but in this case I'm going to get only 564, not for this other numbers. Okay, so if I want to inv-91 I can use left, if I want 123 I can use right, but in this case I need only in the middle of 564. So for that I can use substring function. Okay, go to activity panel, drag and drop assign activity. So this is for substring. Okay, and call your variable str input, or you can create one more variable, that is to get the perfect invoice number. Okay, let's say invoice number. Okay, I given the lower end uppercase, right? So invoice number, let's say instr invoice number. Okay, so here go here. Okay, then call your input, that is str input, and open bracket, sorry, so just add a substring. Okay, then open bracket, and here it says start index. So I can mention that start index is 1 2 3 4 5 6 6. Okay, and comma, and what is the length of my output? There is a 3. If I use 6 comma 3, and what I can expect, so go here in the message box, and here let's say no invoice number is hyphen, then call your invoice number variable. Okay, so what is the str invoice number variable. Okay, str, because sometime I used to give some data type hint here, because if we build a large project, the big project, and used to create a lot of variables, so that time you maybe you will forget to remember your variable. So if you add simply str in front of string data type, so it will be easy to get the name here. Then click on OK, and let's say I'm going to step into, and see, step into, I'm getting only 56, but what I need 564, right? So then I need to mention here, so we need only 3 digits only, but let's count it properly. So what is the input? 1 2 3 4 5 6. Okay, there is a one more space, so we need to give 7 here. Okay, this starts from space, after space, and 3 characters. Okay, then again if you click run file, let's say run file, it will execute this entire thing. Okay, So that I will tell you later. That's as of now you just practice this step into, and as a new learner you need to step into like this only to know your result. So then now the result is perfect 564. Okay. Okay, then followed by substring, and I am going to cover a few more string quickly. So there is one more functions like a trim. Okay, so that is one of the important function, and let's say trim. Okay, trim function, and click on create. So assume that you have a input which is str something input, and so the variable type is string, and you have a default value like space and hello UiPath space. Okay, so you have a space in between your, I mean in the front of your value and the end of your value. So then in your cases you want to remove this the empty space in front and end using a functions. So the function called trim. Okay, let me drag and drop an assign activity and use this assign activity, and you can say trim, and you can call your maybe you can create a new variable that is called trim output, and so here I can say here is the trim. Okay, what is how to write the syntax of trim, and go here and use trim function, trim, and select trim function, open bracket, and call your variable value variable input. Okay, then click on OK. Then you click you can add a right line to check your output. There is a trim output, okay, variable, and just execute it step into, and here click on step into. Now you see there is a result printed here like UiPath hello UiPath without space. So here all the spaces are removed using this trim function. Okay, so there is other couple of I mean that functions available which in the same trim, like if you see here, and you can see here LTrim. Okay, and also you can see here RTrim, sorry, RTrim. So which LTrim and RTrim use specifically to remove space. Let's say if I use LTrim, so this means there is a space in the left side and extra space, and you can remove this extra space using the LTrim. Okay, and if I use a RTrim, that means right side, the value right side, you can remove the extra space from the right side. If I use trim, and it will be removed so all the spaces. Okay, so that is the purpose of this trim, LTrim, RTrim. And so the other important function is, so this function we often use at the time of comparison in while using if conditions, that is called upper lower case. Let's say upper lower case, then click on create. So assume that you have a input. Okay, so here is a str input. Okay, so here in the default value, so there is a UiPath MVP. So these are the combination of upper and lower. So make sure that if I want to convert the entire value as a upper, then I have to use the upper case syntax. Okay, you can use for this for upper convert upper. Here go here, create a variable convert uppercase, enter. There will be new variable created here, and go here and use U case. there is a syntax called uCase open bracket, call your variable str input and select it and click OK. Okay. Now drag and drop to convert lower. I can use one more assign activity, create a variable lowercase, convert lowercase, convert lower case, enter. Here you can say it's u case, sorry, not u case, l case. Okay, l case, lower case, open bracket, call your str input. Okay, because I'm going to use both upper and lower in the same workflow for a timing consumption. Okay, so I'm going to print both the result into right line. Here is one right line to use convert uppercase, and let me drag and drop one more right line to use convert lowercase. Okay, now let me step into this, step into convert uppercase. You see your str input is UiPath MVP here, but after converting uppercase, here is your result UiPath MVP. So all your values are converted as a uppercase. Then go here and it's printed UiPath MVP, and that is uppercase result. And here okay, sorry, here also I called convert uppercase. So let me stop my bot and I can go and call my convert lowercase. Okay, now step into and here it is converted as upper, and here it is converted as all the values into lowercase. Then step into here, this is the upper result, this is a lower conversion result. Okay, that's all about upper lowercase. Okay, and so other important thing in the string manipulation, data conversions. Okay, so let's go and add one more sequence, like that is a data conversion. So if I say data conversion, so let's say, so here I have two values. Okay, that is called num a, and here there is a num b, but both are the value is which is in a string format. Okay, string format, within double quotes string format. And if I go to activity panel, if I use right line, sorry, assign activity to store I want to let's say I want to add these two numbers 10 plus 20 equal to 30. So that I'm going to create one more variable that is called addition, ADDITION, addition. And so here also let's say, okay, and here I'm going to write it as num a plus num b. Okay, if I click OK, if I do right line, okay, go to activity panel and drag and drop right line here. Okay, here if I say addition, so what will be the expected value here? So let's say 10 20, so 1020, that is my expected value here. Okay, so if you see here 10 20 only, because here the input is available in the string format, but we are trying to add, we are trying to do addition, but it's just here what it is here, just it's doing concatenation. So it's just joining the one value to another value. Okay, one after another. So if I stop this, if I want to make it mathematical calculations like addition, so if I say mathematical calculation, it should be either integer or double. Okay, so if I go here, if I change here, it is integer, but input I cannot change the input value because input comes from the user. Okay, I cannot every time I cannot go and say, hey, this is a number, you should give this particular value as a number. Okay, we cannot tell to them, right, in to the end user. So instead of that, what we can do, okay, so this two part, okay, because this addition, as in addition, this write line created by us, as in the sense developer, right? But here the input is given by the end user, that is the as a string. Now what I'm going to do, so here this one I created addition, so I can create it here as a like a integer, okay, integer 32, okay. So now you see there is an error. So here I have a string input. Now I want to convert this to integer. Then what can I do? There is a simple function cint convert integer. Okay, convert integer. I'm going to convert this name as a integer. Here also I'm going to convert cint open bracket this. Okay, I converted all my string into number. Okay, then I stored into same addition integer 32. Here I'm facing some issues because what, and the option strict on disallows implicit conversion from integer to string. So assume that always this write line message box accept only string type, so that you need to convert this number format to string format. Okay, here using the cint we converted the string to integer. Okay, so that is the reason we are using cint. So here there is a integer, I want to convert it as a to string because I want to write it on into my console. So that's the reason I added to string. Or else you can do one thing, cstr convert string, then you can open bracket, then you can add addition here. Okay, and that's it. Either you can use dot to string or you can use cstr to convert number to string. Okay, just step into now you see the result is 30. Okay, and that's it. So this is how using string function, okay, string, we can use string manipulations. So in our real time we may get the input in any kind, okay, any mode. We may get it like string, or we may get it like integer, but at end of the workflow design, and we need to bring the format as we need. Okay, and they may give some input from the PDF file, they may give input from the text file, and they may give input from, or they may wanted to ask you to get the input from the web page, from that particular input, and you need to get your result. So that is a purpose we are doing this. We have a lot of option I mean play with the strings, okay, like left, right, and replace, substring, trim, LTrim, RTrim, uppercase, lowercase. So there are many string manipulation functions available to handle with a string. Okay, so in the next